Do you have acute stress reaction disorder? What is acute stress reaction? Well, it's true you have been under a tremendous amount of stress lately, feeling overwhelmed, gaining weight, not able to sleep. But acute stress reaction seems a little dramatic. Descartes said that awareness is the cure. If you are having an acute stress reaction, you need to know and you need to start doing something about it now, before it causes a major health issue for you. The article below gives us some excellent criteria for what it means. Acute stress reaction. An individual diagnosed with acute stress disorder needs to meet all of the following criteria. Exposure to actual or threatened death, serious injury, or sexual violence in one or more of the following ways. Directly experiencing the traumatic event. Witnessing, in person, the event, as it occurred to others. Learning that the traumatic event, occurred to a close family member or a close friend. In cases of actual or threatened death of a family member or friend, the event, must have been violent or accidental. Experiencing repeated or extreme exposure to aversive details of the traumatic event. For example, first responders collecting human remains, police officers repeatedly exposed to details of child abuse. Note, this does not apply to exposure through electronic media, television, movies, or pictures, unless this exposure is work-related. Presence of 9 or more of the following symptoms from any of the 5 categories of intrusion: negative mood, dissociation, avoidance, and arousal, beginning or worsening after the traumatic event occurred. Intrusion symptoms. Recurrent, involuntary, and intrusive distressing memories of the traumatic event. Note, in children, repetitive play may occur in which themes or aspects of the traumatic event are expressed. Recurrent distressing dreams in which the content and or affect of the dream are related to the traumatic event. Note, in children, there may be frightening dreams without recognizable content. Dissociative reactions. For example, flashbacks, in which the individual feels or acts as if the traumatic event were recurring. Such reactions may occur on a continuum, with the most extreme expression being a complete loss of awareness of present surroundings. Note, in children, trauma-specific reenactment may occur in play. Intense or prolonged psychological distress at exposure to internal or external cues that symbolize or resemble an aspect of the traumatic event. Negative mood. Persistent inability to experience positive emotions. For example, inability to experience happiness, satisfaction, or loving feelings. Dissociative symptoms. An altered sense of the reality of one's surroundings or oneself. For example, seeing oneself from another's perspective, being in a daze, time slowing. Inability to remember an important aspect of the traumatic event, typically due to dissociative amnesia and not to other factors such as head injury, alcohol or drugs. Avoidance symptoms. Efforts to avoid distressing memories, thoughts, or feelings about or closely associated with the traumatic event. Efforts to avoid external reminders, people, places, conversations, activities, objects, situations, that arouse distressing memories, thoughts, or feelings about or closely associated with the traumatic event. Arousal symptoms. Sleep disturbance. For example, difficulty falling or staying asleep or restless sleep. Irritable behavior and angry outbursts, with little or no provocation, typically expressed as verbal or physical aggression toward people or objects. Hypervigilance. Problems with concentration. Exaggerated startle response. Duration of the disturbance is 3 days to 1 month after trauma exposure. Note, symptoms typically begin immediately after the trauma, but persistence for at least 3 days and up to a month is needed to meet disorder criteria. The disturbance causes clinically significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. AA. The disturbance is not attributable to the physiological effects of a substance, for example, medication, alcohol or another medical condition, for example, mild traumatic brain injury, and is not better explained by brief psychotic disorder. Article located at mentalhealth.com. Acute stress reaction info here. THEA American Psychiatric Association quoting THEA DSM-5 Manual for Mental Disorders. If after reading through the list, you may know to think that you have acute stress reaction, just normal everyday stress. But everyday stress can cause many of the same symptoms. Although stress is an inevitable part of your life, you really do have more control than you think. You need to have the right information so that you can take the right actions, and that is sometimes hard to come by, because most solutions for stress deal only with the symptoms and not the core causes of your stress. In all my research over the last 6 years, I have discovered 6 core causes, and most importantly what you can do to eliminate many of the core causes of your stress so that your stress symptoms start disappearing. A click here to banish stress now. To your acute stress reaction success. Angela Bussio, Turning Your Stress to Success. Founder, Attracting Joy University. http://www.attractingjoy.com. Editor, Real Stress Solutions.